The most important relationship that you're ever going to have is with yourself. The relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship you are going to have. So when you feel really good, this goes back to self-concept, self-image. Every book that you will read on self-development, self-improvement talks about self-image. It is so powerful because you cannot outperform the image that you have of yourself. You see, if someone has an image of, let's say, being overweight, they will not outwork that self-image if that's how they see themselves. You see, you cannot hate yourself into change. The thing you hate is yours. The thing you love is yours. You cannot become skinny if you hate being fat. You cannot become rich if you hate being poor. So I hope I'm making very clear sense here, because this is the key. Instead of focusing on what you hate, because you're only going to create more of the same of what you focus on. What you focus on is going to expand. This is a law of the universe. There's the law of correspondence. When you study this understanding, there are certain laws that govern our entire existence. Just like if I were to take a pen and I would drop this pen, the pen cannot go back up. It must come down. That's the law of gravity. So when you understand that there are certain laws that govern our universe, there's the law of attraction, law of vibration. The law of correspondence states that as above, so below. As within, so without. So your internal world is going to dictate everything that's happening on the outside. Think of your life as a mirror of your consciousness. And the powerful thing is that your life is a boomerang. What you are giving out, I hope everyone knows what a boomerang is, but when you throw out a boomerang, the purpose of a boomerang is that it comes right back to you. So your thoughts, your feelings, your actions towards yourself, towards others are boomerangs. You're always going to get it back. If you judge people, if you criticize others, if you complain constantly, what do you think you're going to get back? You're only going to get back the same likeness of what you are putting out. Like attracts like. That is the natural law of attraction. But what precedes the law of attraction? The law of attraction is a secondary law. The law of vibration is a primary law. So the vibration that you are in is so crucial to attracting things. You see, because when you start moving your frequency up, the person you are right now, you've attracted everything in your life, your friends, your job, your career, your partners, your even the relationships that you have with your family. This is the kind of currency, the frequency that you are at. And when I said currency, is because that is also what you are attracting. You cannot outperform that self-image. Like attracts like. So the moment that you know you want better for yourself, maybe you're feeling like, I just am meant for more. I know I'm meant for more, and you don't know how to bring it about your life. You need to understand your energy and your thoughts are at a certain frequency. You are looking at a place, you have a vision for your life, but you don't know how to attract it. You don't know how to bring it about to you. I want you to understand this sentence, okay? Who you are being right now is attracting everything. So the only difference between where you are and what you want is your vibration. The only difference in understanding science, okay? The only difference between one thing and another is the state or amplitude or density of vibration. Everything is in a constant state of motion. This, computer, this table, this chair that I'm sitting on, this microphone, everything is in a constant state of motion. Even though it appears as it's solid to the naked eye, it's actually moving at a very high speed of vibration. Because if I were to take a microscope and inspect this room, I would see particles of energy moving at very high speeds of vibration. So just like you are constantly in a state of motion. Everything's moving. So when you understand your thoughts, you are sending out electric waves. Your thoughts are electric. Your heart is magnetic. You have a magnetic pull to you. You have an electromagnetic field around your body. So your heart, when you feel things, you magnetize them to you. If you feel unworthy, if you don't feel deserving, if you feel not good enough, you are going to attract people, circumstances, events to match that feeling. It's not that the universe or God or whatever you choose to call it has something against you. You are actually the creator of your life. You are co creating with the universe, with God. You are actually putting out, you are emitting that signal. And I want you to think of it kind of like a radio station. When you tune into 102.7 or 96.3 or whatever you're tuning in to listen to, you are tuning into the frequency. So the frequency of unworthiness, of self-doubt, of lack of love, lack of self-love. You're not compassionate with yourself. You speak negatively towards yourself. You are set at a specific frequency. So you're going to attract people, maybe even relationships or jobs or even incomes that match that frequency. The moment that you start to elevate, you are now raising your frequency. You're no longer living in a state of fear, of lack, of scarcity. You're now moving up the chart and you're now getting to the higher stages of life, which is you're going towards freedom, which is joy, love, excitement, happiness, fulfillment, gratitude, self-love. These are the highest frequencies that you can live on, but you have to feel them inside to be able to attract it. You see, for instance, I know I'm a good person. I know I'm a nice person. And it's because I know that I attract people like that to me. I have good people in my life, good friends that I love and that love me. So you see, you have to know that about yourself. And I'm not talking about being conceited. You know, many people say, oh, that's conceited to say. No, this has nothing to do with conceited. This is knowing who you are. Because your purpose here on life is to really learn who you are and get back to yourself. When you were a child, you loved yourself. You absolutely loved yourself. But through who you were raised by, your parents, your family, your community, your society, where you grew up, the people you had around you, where you went to work, where you went to school, what kind of school you went to, whether it was public or private, what you learned, what you studied, what you were told. This is so important, what you were told, because as a child, we simply, consume all of this information. We are literally like sponges. We just accept all of this information as truth. But if it is not working in your life right now as an adult, I want you to understand you are no longer a child. You can now make your own decisions. You have agency over your life. Nobody has control over your life but you. You get to decide. You are in control. But you need to know that. You need to understand you are in control of your mind. There's nobody outside of you that can control your mind. You see, the most powerful thing that you can do is understand and learn who you are. Get back to your roots of loving yourself, of enjoying your life. You see, this is a con that we've been sold, that life needs to be hard, that we need to struggle in order to be happy. This is completely false. You can enjoy your life. You can. You don't need to struggle to live an abundant life. You can simply live happily right now because you said so. You get to decide. Now, the most powerful thing you can do is be in control of your mind and emotions by understanding how your mind works. So you don't let all of these overthinking thoughts of self-doubt, of negativity hold you back. And the number one thing that's going to hold many people back is fear. Fear is the number one thing that holds people back. But what is fear? Fear actually in the mind is a feeling that you experience in your subconscious that is trying to protect you from some kind of exterior feeling of unsafety. So you're kind of kept in your comfort zone. But the comfort zone state of mind is a very dangerous place to be. It might feel good for some time. You might have a reasonably good income. You might have food in the fridge. You might have a bed to sleep on. That might feel like it's a good place to be, but it's not. You see, you can't leave a prison if you don't know you're in one. Your comfort zone might be the thing that's actually keeping you back from an abundant, joyful, happy life that you feel so fulfilled and excited to live. So you need to really get back to your roots of who you were before you were conditioned to think the way you do. And the way to change your way of thinking is to understand your thoughts. There's a thing in neuroscience, from a neuroscientific standpoint, this is called metacognition. Metacognition is the ability to separate yourself from your thoughts and actually observe your thoughts for what they are. To take a piece of paper and write down all the thoughts that you have on a day to day. Maybe you're in traffic and you're like, I'm unworthy. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. I can't do that. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm not smart enough. All these things that hold people back. I want you to write down the thoughts that you have. Really look at them and understand you are not your thoughts. And you get to control and decide which kind of thoughts you want to choose to think and which ones you want to let go of. Because there are some thoughts right now in your mind that are holding you back. They are not bringing you the life that you want. And the reason you're watching this video is because you know you are meant for more. And I know you are. I know you feel that inside. And you deserve to live a life that you are proud to live, that you are excited to live every day, because every person deserves that. Every person deserves to feel seen and understood and loved. But nobody's going to make you feel that way unless you feel that way first. The most important relationship that you're ever going to have is with yourself. The relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship you are going to have. You see, you have right now in your life, that is what you are tolerating. Your bank account, your income, your job, your marriage, your partner, your friends, your family, your community. The things that you have right now in your life, this is what you can tolerate. These are your standards. So in order to raise your standards, you need to raise the way that you view yourself. You need to start seeing yourself the way that God intended to see yourself, as an abundant, prosperous human being. You are born beautiful in the most beautiful vibration. Children are so pure when they come to this earth. Why is it that when you can be standing in line at the supermarket and you see this little baby, no matter, you know, where they are, where they come from, can be a different ethnicity to you. It doesn't matter. The baby, you have this eager urge to just grab that baby's hand and just, touch that baby's hand because they're so cute. Sometimes they're so sweet. You just want to grab them and just kiss them because they're so cute. Why is that? Because babies are love. They are literally pure energy of love. They have no hatred, no bigotry. They have no preconceived ideas of who we are. They simply love and they trust. They are so trusting. But it's as we grow that we are conditioned. Do this, do that. Would you look at me? Would you hear that? Listen to what I'm saying. And the more that we are told no, 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 over and over and over again, we are now closing our minds to this creative experience of life that we are here for. Children are so imaginative. They have such a vivid experience of life. And sometimes we don't give them the credit for because they don't have the vocabulary to express. But you have to get back to those roots. Be like a child again. See life as this most beautiful thing. Be grateful for your life. If you can wake up every day, the first thing that you say in the morning is thank you. The most beautiful words that you can say every day is thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to live another day. There are people in the world, they didn't get to wake up today. They had plans for today, and unfortunately, they died the night before. So take this day as a gift, because it is. The more that you are grateful, gratitude is the great multiplier of life. It is one of the highest frequencies that you can live on. You see, the more that you are abundant, the more that you are joyful, the more that you are in a state of gratitude, you are going to be perceived as more charming, more enthusiastic, more excited, more joyful, more fun to be around. And that's the interesting thing. Each and every one of us desire this in our life. We want to be around people who are upbeat, who are positive, who are creative, who love life. But in order to attract this kind of people, we have to become that first. We have to become that which we want to attract. You see, we don't attract in life what we want. We attract who we are being. And what you are not changing in your life, you are choosing. This is very powerful. If you're not changing something in your life that you know is not good for you, you are choosing that. So that means if you know you want to be better in your career, or you want to be healthier, you want to feel more good, you know you need to exercise, you know, you need to start putting in the work, because there's two ways to succeed. You have to have faith and trust, confidence in yourself that you're going to succeed. You have to keep faith to the vision that you have of your life, how you want it to look. If you have a plan of exactly what you desire, because your mind needs a target, it needs a goal to shoot at. Goals are good for the soul. And we all get what we want. We sometimes just set the bar too low. So you have to have faith and you have to have action. People forget the second part. People don't take action. They set a goal and then they wait for it to happen. It's never going to happen that way. You have to match the frequency of the reality you want in order to attract it. And this isn't philosophy. This is physics. This is understanding neuropsychology, neuroscience, quantum physics, understanding the quantum field. There is energy all around you. Just because you can't see it with your naked eye, your senses, which our senses hold us back, our ability to see, hear, smell, taste, touch. These are our physical senses, but we do not live through our physical senses. We need to live through our higher faculties, these faculties that are so ingrained when we are children. Children use their higher faculties so strongly, but as we grow up, we are told not to use them as often. You know, if you see a child in class and he's looking out the window and he's daydreaming and he's imagining how he wants his life to look, you know, the teacher will look at that child and say, snap out of it, stop daydreaming. But we have no idea what that child is, you know, assuming. It's like the joke that you see the child, he's drawing a picture and the teacher saying, what are you drawing? And the child says, I'm drawing a picture of God. And she says, nobody's ever seen God. And the child says, well, wait till I finish the picture. So, you know, everybody has higher faculties. These higher faculties, when you strengthen them, which are your imagination, your perception, your intuition, the will, your reasoning, your memory, these are higher faculties that when you strengthen them, you connect to your higher power, this invisible power, which is your connection to source, your connection to God, to energy, to the universe. There is energy that you are constantly working with, but you need to understand that you need to think in a certain way for it to work out for you. Why is it that certain people, wherever they go, you just look at them and you're like, whatever they touch, it turns to gold. Wherever they go, things just work out for them. They just seem to gravitate. They have this gravitating energy about them. You know why? Because they see themselves that way. They put themselves so high in a frequency. They feel so good about themselves. They love themselves so much that nothing can bring them down that frequency. And even if they do get to the lower vibrations, they know exactly how to pick themselves right back up. You see, that is the secret. Focus on what you are emitting. What is the energy that you are putting out? Because what you give is what you get. It's always going to come back to you. It'll always come back to you. What goes around comes around, as they say. So be really mindful of what are you giving to people? How are you showing up in the world? If you're thinking negatively and you have a lot of negative thoughts that consume you, you experience a lot of anxiety, self-doubt, worry, stress, you need to understand that you're looking at the negative side of life. There is a positive side of life. There is a positive way to live an excited life, that you are excited to wake up every day. You have no idea what's going to happen, who you're going to meet, who you're going to talk to. That is the way to live. You have no idea. You're just so open that anything could happen. You are just so feeling this abundantness that really you have to think, what would abundance think? How would abundance show up today? You have to start priming your mind to think that way. Now, if you need help in understanding your mind, how to be in control of your mind and emotions, stop letting go of this fear, start letting go of fear, worry, anxiety, negativity, self-doubt that is holding you back, that is actually obstructing the abundance that wants to flow into your life. If you need guidance on that, I'm a mindset coach. I can help you, and I would love to help guide you. You can book a free consultation with me in the description, in the caption below, and I'd love to talk with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like the video, comment, let me know what your thoughts are on it, and subscribe for more. I'm sending you my absolute best, and I'll see you soon.